All right, well, we're gonna try something new. We're gonna compare a couple of golf balls, so stay tuned and check it out.
So here we go. So the Tour BX, played by Bryson DeChambeau, bombing it 5,000 yards.
And the
Tour BXS,
Ohio State University. Oh, sorry.
played by the great Tiger Woods. So what is our difference between the two golf balls? They're relatively the same. The covers, that kind of stuff is their big deal. They have the reactive urethane core, so you're getting more spin. I'll say this just for our purposes, that we use Bridgestone golf balls in our facility, and we use them for the covers. We get a lot of golf balls being hit, and the covers stand up. They just stand up really well. Like
you guys have a unique scenario
lot of golf balls.
You guys have a unique scenario because of double impact, essentially.
Yes.
Because the screens, now the golf ball can tear the screens up, but the screens can also tear a golf ball up.
Yeah, they heat up whenever they run, so we can get some skid marks and stuff on golf balls. It's true. Coming off of wedges, we chew those wedges up, all that kind of stuff. So good covers. But here's the difference between the two. The BX.
This one's blue.
Yes, the black BX, played by DeChambeau. It is meant to be for higher swing speeds, 105 or greater, like tour swing speeds is what they're saying on driver swing speeds. Yes, on both these golf balls. But the big difference is with the BX, it is meant for low spin, maximum distance, but then because of that core, they're saying that you will still get some of that kind of hit and sit reaction with the core.
Just not as much.
Where in comparison with the Tour BXS, the blue box, you're also needing the higher Tour club head speeds with your driver, but you're supposed to be getting more of a soft greenside feel out of that golf ball. So this one should possibly feel a little firmer, a little harder, a little lower spin. That one should feel a little bit softer, possibly a little bit more spin, especially around the greens.
Now, in addition to these two golf balls, there are two other golf balls in the line. You're not testing those today because...
The RX and the RXS.
Right, which those are similar ideas for swing speeds under 105 miles an hour.
Correct.
My swing speed is not under 105 miles an hour. Therefore, we're testing these.
We're going to test these guys right here. So kind of how we're going to run our test is we have one of each golf ball. Ryan's going to hit through a set of them. He'll hit a couple of wedges, a couple of 7-irons, a couple of drivers with each golf ball. We do have the stickers on the golf ball that we use on some of our shorter distances that it's carrying to help TrackMan pick up spin rates and these kinds of things.
Right, and higher ball speeds.
Higher ball speeds,
helps it out.
So we'll have them tagged up there, what we're doing, post all the graphics, and rock and roll.
Shank one.
Which one are you going to start with?
I would say let's start with maybe I don't care. Whichever one's in your hand.
You are going to start with the BX, the more firm golf ball.
So is it actually blue and red is the dot colors? I'm not.
Yes, the numbers on them on the X's are red, and the numbers on the XS's are blue.
All right, and I'm going 50-54, so your club should be selected already.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how many do we want to do, like 3 or 4?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. Pretty decent little run in there. Boom, boom, BX.
It went left.
We are seeing spin 10,000.
You're welcome.
We still have the hit and sit that they claim coming out of your mid irons.
And I am playing the Hom the T World. It's the same wedge we use for pretty much everything.
Yep.
That spin is ridiculous. Little ripper there.
Little ripper. Back a yard. Carried 107, pulled back to 106.
On fairway, that's always good.
Yeah. We are getting some spin.
That was toey.
I mean, you're staying right. It's consistent on spin, I'll say that.
I think that's good enough then.
Yeah. 10,007, I mean, you're staying within 200 RPMs of it.
All right.
So now we're going to swap it. Go with the BXS.
What'd you call me?
What's that?
What?
Where you at? It's got to be your bowl.
All right, so here's the question. What are we going to see difference, essentially? And I think the big thing here we're looking at is carry and spin on a club like this. Those are the two numbers I really focus on.
Yeah. So
carry's been 107, we'll call it 108 as the
108,
average. And then spin's been averaging, we'll call it 10.5,
10.7.
10.7, that's fine. All right. Oops.
That one didn't spin very much.
One. It spun one. Little toey.
Uh-oh. Well, yeah, it's pretty much right on.
Do what?
It was less than what your last one was, but it's spot on with what your
Distance-wise?
average was.
Oh, was it?
You actually spun that one back
So
a
this
little
is
bit more.
the XS?
This is the XS.
Okay, so this should spin more.
Correct. It should feel softer. I can tell you right now,
It
just
does.
off the sound, it sounds more dead.
Yeah, and there's the spin rate going up. It does. It's softer, and typically when you get that softer feel, you lose some of that clippy sound off your club.
Yeah, I mean, you're pulling that one back. I mean, you're averaging like 3 yards back on that one.
Well, it's just, I'm not steep. I don't know what my AOA is. Negative 12.
Down. It is down.
That's a good tell right there.
Yeah, like 2 yards.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, it's doing exactly what they said it was going to do. Club head was a little bit higher up than the other one, too.
Yeah, average. I mean, your average spin rate is about 300 RPMs, 200 RPMs more.
Right. All right, so now we're going to move from the 54 to the
7.
7.
Bridgestone, so far, is doing exactly what they claim to do.
As advertised.
It's impressive.
All right, so we're going back to the Tour B.
So, not that, just so you know, we have 0 sponsorships from Bridgestone or anything. Like I said,
Honda, not so much.
We use it, yeah. We use it in our facility because it has been the best golf ball for us to use. We tried Vice. We have a lot of people hitting golf balls with cracked Vices.
Yep.
Callaways, too soft, scratch up, nick up, cracked Callaways. Pro Vs, no. They're too soft and the covers are not there. That's when I say soft, the covers are too soft on them.
Yeah, we're not talking about too soft like around greens because obviously we're not really around a green.
No.
And when he says in the facility, we don't necessarily mean in all of our videos. Sometimes we switch. Now, we do use Bridgestone in a lot of the videos.
Yeah.
Because they're simply sitting here because it's what they use. But if one of those is nicked up, sometimes we'll grab one out of our bag because we want to give true, accurate information. And the only way to do that is to have a newish golf ball. And so sometimes we'll grab one out of our bags. I've got another little repertoire. I'm playing the Callaway Chrome Soft X a lot right now.
Yep.
I don't know what's in your bag necessarily to be played, but there's some Pro Vs floating around too. So for video purposes, we change. But
yeah, we toss them out pretty frequently. That's why we have the dollar grab bucket in the lobby because
forgot about that.
Yeah, as soon as a ball gets basically a scratch on it, we toss it out. So we got the BX here. Not bad, 69 on spin.
Feels good. I actually, now and again, this is my own preference. I prefer the BX feel.
I do too.
I like the crispy, but that's why I like Forged Club. Same reason, same rationale.
I'll say this, that I hit the BX golf ball.
Out in like normal play?
Whenever I,
Oh, that's left.
if it's really gonna, that one's gonna be a low spinner. Not bad, 67.
Yeah, it didn't really, trap it too bad. I just felt the club face shut down in my hands. Where the hell's the dot? There it is. Going all the way to the corner.
Corner pocket. Yeah, I mean, pretty 6,800.
Yeah, 6,800 carries
It's
been
just hovering right around.
about
I mean, look at your. So we talked about this. Check out our Mizuno wedge video that I'm currently holding in my hand because we shot it about 10 minutes ago.
15.
Spin rate, consistency-wise, is 88 RPMs. Like, that's wildly consistent.
Yeah, it is. And just for the fun of it, let's throw one more on there. Maybe try to put a little cut swing on it. See if, I don't know if I can hit a cut, but. That's right. I also pushed it, though. Whoops. Well, it cut.
There it is.
And it did what I thought. Spin went up. Yardage went down.
Yeah.
Launch went up. Okay. And then just so that you guys understand, too, like the club speed differential there was 0.3.
Yeah.
So my club head speed was pretty
consistent.
The same. All right.
Okay. XS. So.
Again, my biggest takeaway so far is that obviously they're saying that the X is a little firmer golf ball that's supposed to carry a little further and not be as softer on the green, so deadening spin. And then the XS is supposed to carry, but it's going to spin a little bit more around the greens and off the ends. And so far, it's been just a little bit more. It's, you know, on that when the wedge was what, about 1,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
So we were at 60. 71 was the average.
Yeah, wedge. It was like.
Right around 10. It'll be on the screen.
Yeah, that should be right.
It just feels different coming off. You almost don't feel the golf ball as much with the XS. I mean, you still do. It's just because you lose that little click.
Yeah. It's a little more squishy feeling, a little more.
Yeah, exactly.
A little more marshmallow.
For me, as it gets squishier, that's less you're going to feel of the golf ball actually impacting the club head. Take that all day.
Yeah.
A little drop kick.
Staying pretty.
I think my yardage just picked up on this one.
We were getting a little more trampoline off that thing with the
right.
being a little bit softer, get a little more pop off of it.
Yeah, spin's
staying relatively the same.
Pretty close to the same, but if you notice, my carry popped up a little bit. Not a lot, just a handful of yards, but
yeah.
If your spin stays the same, I mean, it's still flexing more on the ball, so it's going to create more.
Yeah. Ball speed, y'all see the graphics down there. See what the ball speed comparisons are.
Ooh.
.72, that's probably the highest spinning one that you've had.
It was. Average is 6.9, so that one's a little higher than the rest because that plus or minus jumped up to 320. Give it one more for good measure because that one stood out. And my shoulder's finally starting to not hurt. One more swing before the driver has to come out.
Loosen her up.
Oh, that was heavy. And I just ruined the numbers.
Spin? No?
Yeah, but carry was down almost 10 yards. I will say, too, a little bit of full defense on Aaron and I's behalf. We don't exactly warm up a ton before we do these. We hit a couple of shots.
4 swings.
So typically, by the time we shoot the second or third video for the week, we're finally warmed up.
Where's the first tee? What's the course record? Driver, big dog.
Oh, God, please don't shank this, Ryan. I've had the lefts lately. All right, so we're back to the RX, right? BX. I am playing the Honda TR2460 right now with the mighty fine Vizard shaft.
Vizard.
It is tipped 2 inches.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
I've also messed with the weights everywhere to try and figure out how to decrease spin. So I think I've got it pretty close to where it's going to have to be if I'm going to stick with the shaft. So
I need them to send me. I need to talk to old boy and send him some tour.
Off balance a little bit, but yep, that's my problem with this club.
Spins down.
Yeah, thanks. As well as the height of the shot and so 115 mile an hour club head speed, that's a little low for me. Obviously the spin is 27 is not bad, it just didn't.
Yeah.
Pretend to hit a cut here, see if I can straighten that out. Nope, that's still left. Boom.
25.
Welcome to my driver. It is a struggle. Sure you don't want to come in, step in for the driver here?
Man, it's moving left.
You think?
If you could hit like a massive pull cut, that would be a perfect heart.
Let's give it a try. I'm just kidding. That might be better. Well,
yeah, a little push. I mean, your spin rate's solidly consistent.
Yep. Let's give it one more, just see if I can hit another bunker. I've hit 3 of them.
There's a couple more short. Well, it looks like there's one on the other side of that creek over there, far left. Maybe we'll send one up there into
Thanks, man.
Mrs. Havacamp's house.
That's a peach, hon. If you don't know what we're talking about, go watch Caddyshack. Really? That's probably the best one I hit. Always is, right?
Yeah, always.
Let me phrase that. That's the one that pinched my shoulder the least. tired, man.
Sweating yet?
Well.
I mean, yeah, you're staying right around, call it 2,800.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would expect to see this one spinning a little bit more.
My thing is that when I get to driver, and a lot of this has to do with the driver you're playing, this is where I start to dislike the Bridgestone golf ball just a little bit.
Yeah?
Is I just don't like the way they feel off a driver. Not sure why.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you exactly what it is. I just feel it's inconsistent, the feeling, how it comes off. If you miss hit just a little bit, how that golf ball changes drastically. And I've noticed that between a Titleist golf club, a couple of TaylorMades, and now the Homna. So it's been a golf ball thing.
Golf ball thing?
More so than a driver thing.
Huh.
I don't feel as much with this club because it's so much deeper of a shot of a head that I'm used to. So I don't feel as much with this, but yeah. Can't wait to see the dispersion for that one.
Yum, yum, boop.
God, I'm losing my balance. My shoulder does not feel good. I will say that deadened the big old hook a lot.
It spun less.
Yeah, that could have been me.
So ball speed with the other one was average 174.
Okay. And I was right. So ball speed was about the same. Club head speed was probably about the same.
Yeah, 2,800 with the other one on spin.
Carry was about the same. I think. I normally am around that 290-ish range, give or take a handful. Total, yeah, I mean, it didn't spin much, so obviously it rolled out pretty good.
I mean,
And I take it all day as long as there's not, dog leg right.
Dog leg right, that's going to be a little tougher play.
Yeah. That was, I don't know. Well, I got the push hook down.
2,500 and ball speed was up 4 miles an hour.
Yeah. I probably hit that one a little bit better. Not that I swung a lot harder. A little
18,
bit.
Yeah, about 3
couple
miles
an hour. All right, one more and I'm about done with this whole swinging a golf club thing. Normally you're the one swinging and I'm just back there standing there.
I like this.
Yeah, sure you do.
I think the guy needs to go hit a Bridgestone BXS.
That's my best one. It's not as the furthest one, but that felt like an actual normal golf swing finally.
Felt the best.
We don't get to play a lot of golf. Now I say that my spin rate was up. Ball speed was a little down.
You hit 3, how many did you hit? 3? 3 or 4?
3 or 4, yeah.
And I think you may have only had one golf ball cross your center line.
Thanks. Oh, like left?
Yeah.
Well, in all fairness, when you push it push it that far right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, feel-wise, yeah, you definitely feel the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Consistently up the board. I think spin rate-wise, for the most part, it did exactly what they said it was going to do. The XS felt softer. The X felt a little firmer. So clicky versus not. With that, across the board, you feel more of the golf ball impact in the X. You feel less of it with the XS, but again, it's that softness.
Yeah. It sounds like especially with irons and stuff, from standing away from it and listening to it,
right,
you can hear like the more clicky as,
yep,
compared to like kind of a little bit deader sound, kind of muffled sound.
I always take driver with a little bit of a grain of salt because driver, the club itself has the most room for error, and that's drivers really dictate feel more than golf balls do. So those didn't feel that whole firm versus soft feeling is here on wedges, here on irons, and here on driver.
Yeah.
So it really narrows that gap. You don't feel as much of a difference. You see a little bit of performance difference. For me, and we've talked about this, getting less spin is not always a good thing.
Correct.
I've always told you that I feel like I'm hitting the ball best or most accurately when I'm around 3,000 RPMs. I said the last one felt the best. That was 2,900 RPMs.
Yeah.
It just seems to me having a little bit of spin loft to hold that ball in place works better for me. It's not the long ball. I don't. When you carry the ball 291, I don't care so much about that.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I just want to be in the damn fairway.
Yeah, fairways are big.
Speaking of fairways, let's look at the dispersion real quick while we're up here.
And it was 2. I mean, yeah.
Oh, whoops. So I mean,
starting at the bottom, going to the top. So the BX is your white down there at the very bottom. BX and the XS is the yellow.
The one guy that got away from me there, but not
relatively
fairly
the same.
similar.
Yeah. Bump it up to the next one. The X is purple. The XS is that teal color.
Yep.
So, which you did have one missing there.
I had the one right, but that's typically, again, I typically will play a
Well, you hit that big cut shot too.
Cut shot. I mean,
Yeah.
push, cut,
Push cut.
block.
Yeah, over there.
Some people call it
That
block.
direction, it is
Right.
going over there.
And then going to the long guy, the BX is the orange, and the BXS would be the, is that green?
Yellow, green,
neon green,
whatever color, the brighter color.
Nike green.
Nike green, yes. Vapor. Green.
Obviously, I was least accurate with the orange and a way more accurate with the XS. But I will say too that without a lot of warm up, that's going to be pretty typical. So I almost kind of take everything that's around that 280, 300 yard mark and put a big old asterisk by it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not really.
Not loosened up on it.
Typically, I'd swing the driver 20, 25 times plus other swings before I'd play golf anyway. And I got, 3 or 4 in before we went.
Yeah, just pull the trigger, man.
So
But-
that's, for me, that's a big deal. But
I mean, again, the claim that they have on the spin and stuff, absolutely ringing true. The other thing, we're kind of harping on spin rates because that's the big deal that they're bringing up. But your spin rates, as far as consistency goes, your plus or minus is extremely tight.
And that was on the RXS.
The XS,
On the driver.
Yes,
Is
XS
the one
on the
we're
driver.
looking at right now. So if I bop over to one of the other, so that's the driver, but the X.
And 168 plus or minus. Like it's,
That's all those misses. That's a whole lot of club face.
yeah. I mean,
About 90% of it is club face.
down there,
So now we're in the 7-iron BX.
7-iron, the BX. So you're at like
It kicked up, but I
500?
I kind of did that hold off thing that one, so that probably messed with it.
Oh, that was the hold off right there.
Yep.
So yeah, so your X, then your XS with your 7-iron.
277.
277.
But again, 7-iron too, that's going to be that club that if you steep in that AOA angle of
Yes.
attack, it's going to drive a lot more down. So there's a chance that some of those I got way steeper, and I'm trying not to be, but unfortunately that is what it is.
And then your wedge, you're at 142
On the XS.
on the XS. And
Yeah, 208 differential
so I mean,
on the
the
X.
biggest thing we saw was what, 200 and
There's that 3-1 that was the 7-iron, but
yeah, but I mean you're
that's
staying,
where it's least effective.
yeah, I mean you're staying less than 500 RPMs consistency between ball. I mean that's
pretty solid.
that's pretty good.
And the spin rates are doing what essentially Bridgestone's saying what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So, we talk about doing club reviews and now ball reviews, which, by the way, this is our first ball review. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to cut one open and just look at the difference on the inside, but I'm going to guess they're going to look similar. It's just the material used. But, first of all, if you like the fact that we're doing a ball review, let us know. We'll do more of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of golf balls out there.
Possibly have another one coming out here pretty soon.
Possibly. That's funny. Yeah, well, stay tuned to the end of the month.
Yeah.
I think the 27th, I believe. But yeah, it's different doing a ball review because obviously there's a big old consistency. I'd love to just take Iron Byron out.
Yeah, just bang golf balls and you get exactly. I mean, if you're talking about doing a true ball review and you want to see that, you can trust what a robot does in a ball review because it's gonna produce the exact same swing every time, hitting the exact same spot on the club face every single time. So
And I don't know that I would.
That's
Yeah,
the best way.
Obviously, and that's why we're putting all of the stats up there. We might not highlight them as much, but we want you guys to have access to look at those individual swing stats so you can see the actual, like if you want to know the ball speed, actual difference between two swings versus club speed, you can have at it. Obviously, we're going to highlight the things we've been talking about, but I will say too, I don't know that this is really so much a ball review as a comparison.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that there's a perfect golf ball for anybody. I also don't think there's an awful golf ball. I think golf balls are very situational.
Yeah.
It depends so much on the user, even more. We talk a lot about clubs and when they're being fit for the person.
Yes.
Golf balls, listen, if you've never been fit for a golf ball, get fit for a golf ball.
Yeah.
You can guess and get close, but...
And you can trust what Bridgestone said about the spin because we just kind of proved that.
Yeah,
but don't go off of just whatever the magazine says or something.
Right.
Go out, buy
Sleeve.
a sleeve of 6 different types of golf balls. Bridgestone does do a good job of matching up with club head speeds, but you can, all the manufacturers have it. Just go to their website and look at it, and you can see, okay, the ERC soft, needs to be, this is kind of an ideal club speed, or this is kind of who it's for. Just try them all out.
Right.
Hit and do kind of like what we did. Hit some drivers. If you have a TrackMan, awesome. If you have a quad, awesome. If you have something that you can see distance with and spin rate, great. If you don't, heck, go to your golf course and hit some chip shots and pitch shots and stuff with it. If you can get out maybe 50, 60, 70 yards.
On a real green, because that's the, if you're talking about spin, if you're hitting into a driving range green, they're cut like a fairway, not a regular green. So the spin's not going to be the same unless it's my 7-iron and you're seeing it suck back 3 yards.
A little juice.
So, but yeah. If you like the golf ball thing, let us know below. If you have a golf ball you want us to test out, let us know. We probably have more access to golf balls than we do golf clubs because I don't mind buying a dozen balls to test out.
Golf balls are easy. If there's something you want to see with that, you just let us know and we will, more than happy to go out and grab them. And if you got 2 balls that you want to have compared to it,
let us know.
Whatever, let us know. We'll check them out.
Do us a favor. These videos are hard to make, more for me than you. But both channels, give both a subscribe. We want this to become more interactive now that both of our channels are picking up some steam. I'm somewhere in the 330 range on subscribers. I believe you guys are at 140, 145.
Yep.
But with that being said, we want this to be interactive. I know we have some stuff coming up that we want to start shooting that might involve some of you. So, so if you want to come in and shoot a video with us, we are going to start bringing up some challenge stuff probably. Maybe if you and a buddy think you can take down Aaron and I, or you want to maybe separate us and pair up, and maybe I bring somebody, you bring somebody. In fact, let's do that. So if you're watching this on the 1611 Indoor Golf Club channel video, comment down below if you want to be on Aaron's team. And if you're seeing this on my channel, the Maverick Performance Golf channel, comment down below. You do have to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth. You have to be willing to be in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Because we are not flying you out from anywhere.
Negative.
You will travel over here on your own dime.
I got $5 in my pocket for gas money for you. That's about it.
I'll buy you a chicken sandwich.
Oh.
That's fixing
that does sound good, that chicken sandwich is a thing. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the really cool ball video in the month.
That's right. Thank you all for checking in.
See ya.